To the woman, no, not just one woman, to the women who were the rebellious girls. Some of you are listening to this and you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and you just heard me describe your childhood. You were the girl who talked back, who questioned, who didn't just accept what she was told. And for that, you were labeled difficult, defiant, rebellious, problem child. Maybe you were sent to therapy. Maybe you were punished. Maybe you were compared to siblings who was easier. Maybe you were told over and over and over that something was wrong with you. I want you to hear this, okay? There was nothing wrong with you. Nothing. You were developing. You were growing. You were doing the brave, hard, necessary work of becoming yourself. And the people around you, maybe they were doing their best. Maybe they weren't. But they didn't have the framework to see your growth for what it was. They saw a threat. They saw a disruption. They saw a girl who needed to be controlled. And some of you internalized that. Some of you spent years, decades, dimming your own light, being quieter than you needed to be, agreeing when you wanted to argue, drinking when you had wanted to expand. Because somewhere deep down, that 1953 voice is still whispering, you're too much. You're too difficult. Something is wrong with you. It was wrong then. It's wrong now. And I need you to start questioning it every single time you hear it. Every single time you hear it. Now, to the parents who are raising a rebellious girl right now, okay? I know it's hard. I know it feels personal when your kid pushes back on everything. I know there are days when you think, I just need her to listen to me for 5 minutes. I know the fear, the bone deep parental fear that if she doesn't listen to you, the world is going to eat her alive. I see you. And that fear comes from love. I know that. But I need you to consider something. What if her pushback isn't a problem to be solved? What if it's a developmental milestone to be navigated? What if the same fire that makes her exhausting to parent at 15 is the fire that makes her unstoppable force at 25? The goal isn't to extinguish the flame. It's to teach her how to wield it. And that means the relationship has to evolve. The parenting that worked when she was 7 is not going to work when she's 15. Not because you were wrong then, you weren't, but because she's a different person now. She needs less control and more collaboration. Less because I said so, and more let's talk about why. Less authority and more trust. That's terrifying for a parent. I get it. Loosening the reins feels like letting go, but it's not. It's making room for her to practice being an adult while she still has you as a safety net. The parents who figured this out, who've learned to shift from commander to coach, those are the parents whose kids still call them at 25. Not out of obligation either, out of genuine connection, because the relationship survived adolescence intact, because the kid learned that her parents could handle her growth. To the teenagers listening, hey, yeah, you, I know you're out there, probably listening at 2 times the speed because this old lady talks too slow. I get it. Here's what I want you to know. If you're pushing back against your parents, against the rules, against the ways things are, that doesn't make you a bad kid. It might mean you're growing faster than the people around you can keep up with, though. But, and I say this with love, rebellion without direction is just chaos. The goal isn't to fight everything. The goal is to figure it out, what you stand for, and then stand for it with integrity. Question everything, but be willing to listen to the answers. Set boundaries, but do it with respect. Advocate for yourself, But try and really try to understand that the adults in your life are also human beings and their own fears and flaws and unhealed stuff. I mean, they are. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be respected. And you also have a responsibility to bring your best self to the table even when that table feels unfair. The world needs your fire. Don't let anyone put it out, but also learn how to aim it.